An all-consuming hatred can infect a man's mind, steal his sanity, and drive him to the edge. Animosity this intense breeds devastation. Tonight, there will be no apologies. There will be no remorse. There will be no excuses. Who will find redemption and who will remain unforgiven? And now, Raw and Royally Rumble present Unforgiven.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode of Royally Rumble's 2008 Universe Mode. This is episode 54. We are your hosts. My name is Jordan.
I'm Robert, and we are live in Cleveland, Ohio for the RAW Exclusive pay-per-view Unforgiven. The main event features the World Heavyweight Champion Triple H taking on Randy Orton in a no-holds-barred match.
That's right, this match has been building for not just weeks, but for months. Big match main event. But then, we've also got this match, which is what we're kicking the show off with. It's the Money in the Bank ladder match between Kofi Kingston as he defends the briefcase against the leader of Checkmate, William Regal.
I can't wait. It's going to be a slobber knocker, but we don't have to wait any longer because here comes the bastard of Blackpool, the leader of Checkmate, as you said, William Regal. Now, this was all Regal's idea. This is part of his grand scheme to get the World Heavyweight Championship away from Triple H. So, he was not able to win the Royal Rumble himself, but one of his cohorts, one of his students, as it were, did in Umaga. So Regal's trying another way to get to that title match at WrestleMania, which has been his whole goal this year.
That's true. Ever since losing the Intercontinental Championship, William Regal has been dead set on securing the big gold belt. But he's got to go through this man, the man who actually won the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam. He's the current Intercontinental Champion, Kofi Kingston.
That's right, Kingston just a few weeks ago picking up the Intercontinental Championship in a fatal four-way against the Royal Rumble winner, Umaga, who was the former champion.
Yeah, and he also competed against CM Punk, who we just saw make his debut on SmackDown. So if you didn't see that episode, make sure you go back and watch the entire collection of Royally Rumble's 2008 Universe Mode. But for right now, stay with us, because William Regal has a chance to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Kofi Kingston is not going to make it easy for him as he hits that big jawbreaker right out the gate.
And Kofi and Regal definitely have crossed paths several times across our universe here, but never with the stakes this high. Look at Kofi with the trust fall!
Up and over, suicide plancha to the outside. Kofi Kingston, like I said, winning huge so far in our 2008 Universe Mode.
Regal, oh, look at this, the disrespect from the ring general.
But Kofi knows what it takes to win Money in the Bank. He did it at SummerSlam against 7 other superstars.
Regal got his hands on it. Kofi taking his sweet time to go around.
And Kofi just gonna take the fight right to William Regal. This could be a huge upset.
Look at this. Regal fighting him off. No, Kofi reverses it. Here we go. What's going to happen? They're at no man's land, and Regal with a bump off the ladder.
Kofi now going to try to pick the lock, so to speak.
Now you see the minigame up on the screen. This is a good time to remind you that we are not playing the game. It is the AI. This is simulated. We are just calling the matches.
Absolutely. Great point, Robert. This is fully AI simulated in WWE 2K22. Regal was looking for a Samoan spike, I think, but Kofi able to reverse momentarily. But not enough. Eats a right hand.
Regal gonna try his luck. Kofi doing the smart thing, getting rid of the ladder.
Oh, and a big electric chair drop to the bastard of Blackpool.
That's 2 huge bumps that Regal's taken so far. Amazing that Kofi wouldn't be the one doing those things. Uh-oh.
Well, Kofi
getting some air on those punches to the back.
Just continues the beatdown. Now Kofi gonna climb the ladder. Once again, fully AI simulated. We are not playing this. And Kofi at the top.
Kofi from no man's land. And Regal got the knees up.
Oh, but Kofi right back up onto his feet as if nothing happened. Regal now trapping Kofi in the tree of woe.
And gonna choke him out. Now the thing about Regal taking all these crazy bumps is this is a match that he wanted. He wanted to take the Money in the Bank from Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston just said, if you want it, you got to take it from me the way I got it.
And now Kofi on the top of the ladder, dealing out those right hands, but Regal reversing, firing back.
Short arms. Look at this. Oh, man.
What a fall from Kofi. And now Regal once again.
Oh, we got three. No. We got 3 green blocks.
What an upset it
4,
would be if Regal.
5.
Oh my God. This is it.
Regal's going to steal the briefcase. I think he got one more on that last shot.
Oh my God. Regal.
I think there's just 2 of those blocks left.
That's true.
Smart by Kofi Kingston. Let Regal do all the work and come in and steal it at the end.
Kofi is playing more offense than defense here.
Definitely.
Regal
going right
Regal's
back
going
up. He
again.
was like, thank you, sir. No!
Kofi springboard drop kicks the ladder. Top rope. Tells him to get up. What's he got planned?
For something here. Look at, he whiffed on the fist drop.
Regal sidestepped, and now...
Oh, my God!
Regal's all alone! Regal's gonna take that briefcase!
He's going up to the top, that's it. Wait a second.
No!
He doesn't like that Kofi was getting up so quick. He wants to make sure that he's up there by himself for a while.
And now these 2 brawling in front of us here. Look out!
Right on the concrete outside.
Both of these guys have found so much success, though, so far this year. Who's going to add the next accolade to their resume?
I don't know. Kofi's in a good position right now to just grab it and get out of there.
Kofi, he's got his hands on it.
Look at
He's got one.
Regal. Oh! Kofi
got
Kingston
it.
Retains the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Regal was right there. Not quick enough.
Well, Kofi Kingston still Mr. Money in the Bank in our 2008 universe. But up next.
Man. Up next, we've got the world's strongest alpha males going mono. Marcus Corvon this past week has some animosity and some jealousy towards the recent success of Mark Henry.
That's what it sounded like to me. I mean, he made his way out on Miz TV to the shock and awe of the royally rumbled universe. And he had some harsh things to say to Mark Henry, his, I guess you could say, former partner.
I guess so. I mean, this is broken down. I wanted to give them the space with which to handle it, because that's what we do on Monday Night Raw, especially because we have an exclusive pay-per-view with some extra time.
Well, out comes the runner-up of the 2009 Royal Rumble, the man who was last eliminated by Umaga, the winner, but Mark Henry went on a tear himself during that entire performance.
He did. Not only was he fantastic in the Rumble, he had a great performance on SmackDown answering Big Show's open challenge. Then he went on to defeat Triple H the night after the Rumble in the main event with 2 World's Strongest Slams to put the game away, which is something we haven't seen anybody do in months.
That's right. Mark Henry has been a dominant force, and it seems like his luck has really turned around for him via singles victories. Because when they were teaming, things really weren't clicking towards the end there.
They could win some matches, but when the titles were on the line, they could never get it together. So obviously this challenge laid down. Mark Henry not going to back down from a fight, and here we go. Former partners. Look at this, working out the aggression.
And Corvan starting things off like a house of fire.
You can tell he's mad.
Yeah, I mean, they have legitimate beef. Corvan in the Royal Rumble match went directly after Mark Henry.
Oh.
And I thought that was incredibly telling.
You did point that out. Oh my God, the Judas effect back elbow. It works here. I'm calling it the Judas.
I love it. And here we go.
And he's just beating him down. They're really jockeying for which one of them is the strongest, but I hate to tell Corvan. Mark Henry's already proven that he's the world's strongest. Twice over, I think.
Yeah. Rip phone books in half, bend frying pans, and throw Marcus Corvan around like a rag doll in the ring.
Oh, man. But gets tossed around himself. Somehow Corvan is strong enough to do this to Mark Henry.
Well, I was going to say, Corvan himself has had an incredible year so far, doing a lot of really impressive things. He's had victories over Randy Orton. Yeah. He's done things in the ring where he's beaten both the World Tag Team Champions, and him and Mark Henry have found success as a team. Marcus Corvan took Edge out during the Money in the Bank ladder match, which we just talked about, and eliminated Edge technically from the Royal Rumble match.
That's right. Right before Edge glitched through the ropes. Look at this. The count's up to 6. Corvan gets back in the ring. He thinks he's done enough, but does he want to win by countout?
Is that it? He said he wants to prove that he's the best.
The only way to do that is to pin him to the canvas for 3. But Mark Henry gets back in before 9. Look at this. Look at Corvan's strength here.
He's got him up.
Look at that!
And plants him with an F5.
The shades of he who must not be named.
And another Judas effect.
Whoa!
And Mark Henry just fights back. Here we go. We saw that resiliency.
Oh!
Pop-up Samoan drop.
This is not a place you want to be in with Mark Henry.
And Mark Henry has switched into another gear.
You do not want to be in this spot with Mark Henry. Center of the ring. He's putting all his weight on your back and wrenching your neck. But look, Corvon slips out of it. Look at this.
Belly to belly suplex.
What a maneuver.
And Mark Henry now has had enough.
No more games. He's saying it's over. 1.
No, that's not going to be enough. These two guys know each other so well. They're ready to go out and fight. There's been an old saying in professional wrestling that you hit your friends harder when you're in the ring. And these two guys clearly have animosity, but don't get me wrong, they were friends at one point.
Yeah, not being able to secure the World Tag Team Championships has led to this. The complete breakdown of their partnership, jealousy, animosity. These two men, former friends, had each other's backs. Corvon felt slighted and said that Henry went into business for himself.
And Corvon here with this armbar. We've seen him use that to great success in ECW here in the WWE back when he debuted, but right now, no luck with a submission victory over the world's strongest man.
I like that he's trying, though. Like, it's wear Mark Henry down. If he gets too tired, he's not going to have the strength to get back up.
We've seen that Mark Henry is beatable. He's not indestructible. And Marcus Corvon has claimed that Mark Henry's the weak link. And here we go. Got him up again.
Another one. 2 F5s.
And now Corvon staying on him.
Man, Henry taking a beating.
And now a cut has opened up on the forehead of the world's strongest man, but the alpha male is showing everyone that he is not a weak link.
He's showing him the ropes. Don't you wish you could grab the ropes to stop this? Henry had... Oh, he breaks the hold.
Here we go. Corvon went for another F5 there, I imagine. Look at this.
Look at that.
What an exploder suplex.
Oh, man. Mark Henry getting the boot up. Locking in the bear hug. It's over, son. Mark Henry's put everybody away with this. Corvon's got no chance.
But Corvon refusing to just grab the ropes.
Wow. He hung on. No!
Corvon countered. Hooks him.
Look at this. Power moves this deep into the match.
The alpha male.
Pin. This is it. 1, 2, 3.
No! So close. Mark Henry just barely.
Referee not Charles Robinson not going to the count of 3. Said Mark Henry got the shoulder up. This is insane.
These two guys are leaving it all in the ring right now. The blood is flowing down the face of Mark Henry.
By God, he's a Crimson Mask.
But Corvon staying on the assault.
He has not given Henry an inch. Look at that, right to the bloody spot on his forehead. Let's see if he can get a pounce set up, but no, Henry fights out. Choke slam from Mark Henry.
Desperation isn't enough. 1.
No, a 1 count.
Oh, a world's strongest splash.
1, 2, 3. Mark Henry taking home the victory. That match was so much fun. I can't wait for tomorrow night on Raw when we do it again.
What? Again?
I've just decided that Mark Henry and Marcus Corvon are now in a best of 5 series with a unique and special opportunity awaiting the winner.
What? That's incredible. I can't wait to hear more. But up next, we got to shift gears because the World Tag Team Championships are up for grabs. Cade and Murdoch, these two guys have recently had a series of matches with Carlito and Primo and come out on top each and every time. They get a first time ever Tag Team Championship opportunity here in our 2008 universe.
The tag team division on Monday Night Raw has been the premier tag team division in Royally Rumbled's 2008 universe mode. And now a new fresh-faced challenger has arisen and found itself out of the crowd, taking on Primo and Carlito, winning that match, securing their shot here at our exclusive Raw pay-per-view, Unforgiven. Very excited to see what these guys can do. I hope that they take it home. I don't want Legacy holding these titles anymore.
That's true. Legacy has held on to those belts for a good long while now, since winning them for a second time.
Prime time?
But here comes one half of the Legacy, Dolph Ziggler.
He's fired up.
Now, Robert, when we were saying the Legacy, a lot of people might have been confused if they weren't following, which make sure you're subscribed to us right now. Make sure that notification bell is turned on. But anyway.
And additionally, we've explained it on our Instagram at Royally Rumbled. You can follow us there. So the Legacy's making their way to the ring. They're defending the World Tag Team Championships. It seems like we only see them now when they're defending these titles. They're too cool for school because they're best friends with Randy Orton. Now, I understand that in 2008 there was a tag team named Legacy, and that was Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes. The Legacy, as it were, is a Nexus event, but the participants can be changed across universes as it is a fantasy universe overall, you guys. So relax.
Yeah.
It's okay. Things are different. If you want to see Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes in a tag team, you could watch our SmackDown episodes where they compete as New Money Inc.
Yeah, and they have advanced in the Tag Team Championship Invitational. So, very excited to see what those guys do. But right here, I'm very excited to see
what these guys do.
I hope Cade and Murdoch are able to take those titles off of Ziggler and Morrison, because we haven't really seen them defend those belts in a minute.
Yeah, they win them, they defend them, and then they disappear, and then they defend them, and then they disappear. But here we go, Lance Cade leading off against John Morrison, and look at this, he went right after not Charles Robinson. Look at that.
What was that about? Good God.
There might be a fine coming Lance Cade's way. He went directly after the referee.
But I mean, honestly, what a consummate pro not Charles Robinson is for getting right back to the action.
Yep, right into it.
He's not distracted.
You can't sway him.
Well, Morrison
Look at this, John Morrison already up on the top rope. Let me see it. A Spanish fly. Holy shit.
We are moments after the bell, and Morrison has already hit a Spanish fly from the top rope. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome."
It is.
Make sure you let everyone know about Royally Rumbled in their 2008 universe mode, because it's a lot of fun. If
you're in the Royally Rumbled universe chanting, "This is awesome," right now, tell a friend that also might like Royally Rumbled's 2008 universe mode. Would greatly appreciate it.
Dropping the splash, going for a cover. No dice. It worked for Mark Henry. Didn't work as well for Lance Cade.
Did not. And he's sort of deciding what he wants to do.
Once again, this is a fully AI simulated universe. We are not playing these matches. We just watch them.
Murdoch tossing Morrison into the corner. Murdoch's got one of the most interesting movesets of all the creative wrestlers we have in this universe. He had the diesel back elbows in the corner, going for a pin. He got a 2 pound. I mean, he's a big dude. Those elbows they're not nothing.
Ziggler in to break it up, and now
look at this.
Oh, he's
whips him right out like it was not even a big deal. Murdoch right on top of Morrison, but Morrison evading him like crazy.
Here we go. Whoa! What a counter, defying the law of physics. John Morrison. This is the first time that we're getting to see Morrison and Ziggler in our 2008 Universe mode in 2K22.
That's right. Previously in 2K19, because that's back when we started this, all the way up to 2K22, because that's when we're trying to end it. One!
John Morrison.
Oh my God!
Hits a running clothesline, and now needs to make a tag, I'd say.
The Shaman is sexy, trying to do too much. Here we go, tag to Ziggler.
Ziggler in. But this match has been all Cade and Murdoch so far. Look at this. Ties him up and gets him up there with an electric chair.
Ziggler bumping like crazy off of that kick.
Well, it's Dolph Ziggler, especially in 2009. Come on.
Lance Cade. We're going to see some tag moves. Oh, look at this. Lighting him up in the corner.
Ooh.
Maybe Lance Cade has the second most educated fists in all of WWE.
No, we all know that belongs to Shane McMahon, okay?
Oh, that's true. It's Undertaker, Shane McMahon, maybe Lance Cade's number 3, top 3.
Let us know who you think are the top 3 most devastating strikers in the ring. Ziggler's right there trying to give him a run for his money.
Yeah, he's like, no, I hear this.
Ziggler now
constantly grabbing Murdoch's legs, and I guess that keeps him from getting a vertical base.
Yeah, he's working those legs a little bit. And if the big man can't walk, he's not going to be able to lift things. He's not going to be able to use the speed that he's capable of.
This is the learning tree of Randy Orton, who himself sat under the... Look at that! Oh my God!
Morrison, springboard moonsault. Good Lord.
That was insane. He went across the moon on that one.
It was the parkour skills of John Morrison.
Look at this! He did it again! It was a top rope springboard, but he missed that time.
Well, he's back up onto his feet.
Cade coming back in.
Lance Cade with a big kick.
So much for the school of thought here.
Irish whip into the corner. Cade sends Morrison face first into the top turnbuckle. Whips him again.
Look at this. Bulldog.
Nicely done. Titles on the line. Is it enough?
2.
No. John Morrison kicking out.
I mean, Ziggler didn't even attempt to break it up. He might have had the titles there.
Well, you had mentioned that they're under the learning tree of Randy Orton, so I think Orton has a lot of confidence in his guys tonight. He's not even out with them because he's got a match later tonight.
They're his legacy.
Morrison with that signature offense as he makes the tag to Dolph Ziggler.
Ziggler and Cade locking up.
Gets him up against the ropes.
He's going to hang him out to dry.
And Ziggler.
Look at this.
Stopping the hearts of so many people with that elbow drop.
Is that canon in this universe?
It
Almost killed Jerry Lawler. Check.
That didn't happen yet.
No,
That's in
yet.
the future. So I was making a pun. Well, anyway, Lance Cade shoving Dolph Ziggler off. But Ziggler gets him up on the shoulders.
Oh, GTS on the top rope. Look at the desperation tag.
Murdoch, legal.
And Murdoch getting Ziggler up and dropping his ass. Murdoch's fired up, and so is the crowd here in Cleveland, Ohio. Trevor Murdoch tossing Dolph Ziggler around like a rag doll. Big splash.
If I'm not mistaken, the crowd sounds like they're kind of behind Cade and Murdoch here. And you know what? I don't blame them, because I don't like the legacy either.
Ziggler and Morrison are not the most likable dudes, like, personality-wise.
Look at this.
Oh!
Ziggler's back.
This is it. New tag champs. No!
Ziggler
Stay on him, Trevor.
crawling toward the corner. Oh, and Trevor Murdoch got caught up from the adulation of the crowd.
Trevor Murdoch seems like he's a Cleveland type of guy, yeah.
Morrison bleeding. Tag made.
Here we go, Lance Cade. Oh! Look at this.
Breakdance leg drop. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, no! Trevor Murdoch breaks the pin up. But
Morrison's incensed. He tosses Murdoch out. This is it.
Cade's prone.
Oh my God.
A 450 elbow drop.
What the hell just happened? Oh.
And the Legacy are still your World Tag Team Champions.
That was the most insane finish to a match I think we've had in the whole thing. A fucking 450 elbow drop. That's a move I used to do with my action figures when I was 12.
Meanwhile, John Morrison's just busting it out on pay-per-view here. But up next, we've got a big match. It's Extreme Rules. Y2J, recently coming over from SmackDown, goes one-on-one with JBL.
I mean, JBL himself, obviously already, he was on SmackDown as well. This is carryover from last May. These two have not liked each other. But JBL, been on Raw a long time. He and Jericho started having some crossover around the Royal Rumble when there was a little bit of gamesmanship from both shows and we're sending guys back and forth.
Yeah. JBL was on the highlight reel with Chris Jericho, I believe. JBL here picked up a big win against Shad this past Monday on Raw. And that's where we saw Chris Jericho run out and take JBL down, which then led to you announcing that Jericho's officially a Raw superstar now.
That's right. We had one of our major pay-per-views with the Royal Rumble. We always like to trade a couple of guys to freshen it up a little bit. So we've got JBL here against Jericho. It's a blood feud. These guys do not like each other.
Yeah.
Trying to vie for position within the World Heavyweight Championship division. And see, Jericho might be the only guy to hold both.
Well, let's see what happens. As Chris Jericho makes his way to Cleveland, Ohio.
Going jacketless here, I see.
We get a kind of a return to form here for Chris Jericho. We saw him forego a lot of the mannerisms for Y2J at the start of our universe. He was WWE champion after winning my WWE championship tournament.
That's right.
He defeated The Undertaker.
Handily.
And Jericho went undefeated for several months, but then kind of lost his footing. But now he's fresh on the Raw roster, and hey, the sky's the limit, but they have, like you said, some bad blood that exists between these two, so why not finish it off at the pay-per-view?
This is Jericho's first official appearance as a member of Monday Night Raw, and don't sell SmackDown too short. Jericho ran up into a brick wall named Booker T. Put some respect on that man's name.
Once again, go back, watch all the previous episodes in the series. The series playlist is available on the channel right now. But in the ring, JBL with some chops.
Disorienting Jericho with that spin.
And Jericho with a perfect plex.
I can't wait to see if these guys actually get extreme. I'm leaving it open for them. They're constantly attacking each other in the back and after the match and all this other nonsense. So I don't want to take anything away from them. If that's what it's going to take for you guys to settle this score, then beat the shit out of each other with some tables and chairs. You know what I mean?
I mean, you are definitely the GM who likes the bloodshed. You like inciting issues between people. So you served this match to these two guys up on a silver platter. Look at this. JBL, the power.
Oh,
drops
man.
Jericho, slams him to the mat. And now...
Yeah, the offer for this match was an offer neither of them could refuse. And JBL going to the top. This is not where we see JBL, and he drops the elbow.
Cover.
He's a big dude to be flying around like that.
That's true. Jericho counters now. And a kick to the back. Which JBL
He's like lightning quick, but he doesn't know where he wants to go. Jericho out of sorts. Oh, I think he got busted open.
It's finally extreme.
I think he hard-weighed him over his right eye with that punch. JBL just staying on top of him, not letting Jericho do much of anything. Look at this. Oh my God.
He's got him up in a torture rack. Good Lord.
But with that word, that grasping the hand makes it so much worse because he's almost choking him too.
Oh, Jericho hitting the Judas effect several times to get out of that move.
Look at that flurry of, but right back to the bloody eyeball. Oh my God. JBL looks like a schoolyard bully against Jericho in there. Oh!
Jericho's fighting back and goes under the ring now. And we've got chairs.
And JBL has continued to hit him above the eye where he busted him open.
And what a DDT onto that chair.
Oh, JBL's the first one. We've got contact.
Good Lord.
Absolutely devastating chair shots from JBL. Look at this. Oh my God.
JBL trying to choke the life out of Chris
Is
Jericho.
that like a Dream Street crossface? Holy shit.
He lets it go. Can't win the match on the outside of the ring.
Jericho's out, man.
He'll take the time to taunt Cleveland. He was telling me before how he didn't want to come here.
Not many people do. Look, JBL going underneath him.
Now Jericho going back under the ring.
Oh no! We've got the sledgehammer. The equalizer. But now JBL's got it. I don't know what Jericho was thinking there.
Oh, he was playing possum.
Him in.
Another perfect plex.
Quick pin attempt from Jericho. Whoa. No, not even a one. Oh my God.
Jericho now picking JBL up. And a gut wrench suplex. Wow. Jericho now going to the top rope.
Oh, senton. Jeez.
And Jericho, another kick to the back. JBL notorious for the back issues. Jericho.
There it is.
Lion salt.
Hit him.
One, two.
No. JBL stays alive.
Oh, but I don't know if that was smart.
Jericho back on the attack with the sledgehammer.
Jericho's breaking him down.
Oh, Judas effect from JBL.
And now,
sack of shit.
Fall away slam. Shoots the half Nelson. Cover.
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
No, Jericho.
Kicks out.
Code breaker. Code breaker.
JBL's bleeding.
1, 2, 3. Chris
It's
Jericho
over.
with a code breaker out of nowhere. I think he broke JBL's nose.
Oh my God. Chris Jericho winning his Raw debut at the RAW Exclusive pay-per-view Unforgiven.
No apologies given for that match. That was unbelievable. That finish was so exciting. I love that.
Well, Jericho having a good time here in Cleveland. But up next, Umaga is going one-on-one with Evan Bourne.
Somebody here is not going to have a good time, and I suspect it's going to be Evan Bourne.
Bourne wanted this match, though. He's finally healthy.
That's right, and here comes the Samoan Bulldozer, the winner of the 2009 Royal Rumble, Umaga.
Being led to the ring by the Big Red Machine, Kane, the other member of Checkmate, who picked up a huge win against Kofi Kingston this past Monday on Raw. But
it was Umaga's job 2 weeks ago, and then this past Monday on Raw, it was Kane's job to soften Kofi Kingston up so William Regal would have an easy shot at that Money in the Bank briefcase. He stated as much. He told us exactly what the plan was. Kane won the match on Monday, but apparently it wasn't enough. Regal obviously not successful earlier tonight in winning that Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know what the repercussions are going to be for Kane.
Unclear.
But right now, Umaga gets a shot at the man who he believes cost him his Intercontinental Championship, and he spent the better part of a month taking it out on Evan Bourne.
Yeah, they had a singles match on Raw. It was absolutely incredible a few weeks ago. Go back, watch that in the past, in the logs.
Now, but Evan Bourne was supposed to be an entrant in my slate of Rumble participants. But Umaga attacked him in the back before the event started I had to replace him with somebody, and Roddy Piper got in there.
Luckily. So Evan Bourne wants a bit of revenge here on Umaga and takes the fight right to him. Here we go. Drop kick, but not enough to take Umaga down. Umaga, of course, winning the 2009 Royal Rumble match.
Oh, I don't know if I recommend doing that to him, Evan. Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Drop kick, but he does successfully get Umaga off of his feet and onto the ground. Evan Bourne now running around, goes to the top rope. Oh, no.
Umaga caught him. Backbreaker.
Good God. Umaga stops Evan Bourne in his tracks, but no. Bourne.
Look at this. Evan Bourne's just so fast.
He has to be.
It's almost like works against him in some capacity. And another backbreaker. Umaga knows exactly what he needs to do to keep Evan Bourne down. He's been an absolute monster for a couple of months now, including winning the Royal Rumble, obviously. Umaga was not a part of the decision that lost the Intercontinental Championship for him. Evan Bourne took that fall against Kofi Kingston, who was his former tag team partner as well. Oh my God! What the hell?
A Poison Rana! Holy shit! Look at Evan Bourne. We can't sell him short, though. He's a former World Tag Team Champion in our 2008 universe, a two-time Tag Team Champion. He came this close to winning the Intercontinental Championship from Kofi Kingston a few weeks ago in a singles match, and he even beat Kofi. But right now, he gets an actual one-on-one match with the man who cost him a shot at the Rumble. Oh my man. God, that was a moment.
Umaga's going to the top. Oh my God.
Samoan splash all the way
that's
from
one of the
top
scariest.
rope.
That's got to be one of the scariest sights that anyone that's ever laid on the mat has ever seen. Umaga flying through the air at you.
Evan Bourne out on his feet. Umaga continuing. No, I spoke too soon. Jumping knee strike.
Look
Bourne.
at this.
A widow's peak. Shout out Victoria.
Quick cover. 1, 2.
Not enough.
I think he finally might have slowed Umaga down successfully. Here we go. Are we going to see a shooting star press? There it is.
Airborne. Cover. 1, 2, 3.
No way!
Umaga gets the shoulder up at the last possible second.
Evan Bourne has this Cleveland crowd on their feet.
What'll happen? They're chanting "Fight forever!"
Another Poison Rana. That's it. Pin him. It's over.
The crowd is chanting "Fight forever!" and Evan Bourne is firing up.
He just spiked him with a second Poison Rana.
A sit-out jawbreaker. This is incredible. Evan Bourne.
Evan Bourne has brought the fight to Unforgiven.
There are no apologies.
No apologies necessary from Evan Bourne.
Evan Bourne is feeling it. I don't think I've seen Umaga this weakened in a very long time.
Yeah, you'd have to go back before SummerSlam even. Oh no! He missed the springboard moonsault, and Umaga has just grabbed a hold of him. No!
Pop-up Samoan drop.
That's
Good
it.
God.
It's all over but the crying, folks.
Umaga now. Another Samoan
Umaga
drop.
got back. Pin attempt. Oh, well, we got the rope break that time.
The crowd not happy that Umaga is having his way with Evan Bourne. Oh, God, no.
Samoan spike.
God.
And that's it, folks.
Cover.
Call the taxi.
Shoulders
1,
on the mat.
2, 3.
That's it. Umaga wins.
elementary after that, but my God, what a match.
Umaga, bloody and battered, but still walking out victorious here at Unforgiven. And Checkmate is able to still secure a victory.
It's a big deal. Wait a second. No.
Hold on a minute.
Oh my God. What is
Umaga.
he doing? Umaga, no. Oh my God, the chair shots. He hates Evan Bourne. He fucking hates Evan Bourne.
We'll have to get an update on the health of Evan Bourne after that vicious assault, but up next, the Women's Championship match. Again, another first time ever meeting between these two women. Well, here comes Laycool. Robert, spin the story. Let everybody know how Layla became #1 contender.
She fought her way to the top. Earlier in our 2008 universe, Michelle McCool was the top of the Raw Women's division. She held the title. She had several defenses. Eventually, she was bested by Mickie James. Layla was always she was always kind of cast aside. She was never really involved too heavily. But we've seen a resurgence recently, and with other female superstars like Ashley Massaro, the Dark Horse, who's not on this show, Layla became the #1 contender.
Yeah, Layla defeating Kelly 2 weeks ago on Raw. Then last week on Raw, defeating Ashley Massaro, officially becoming the #1 contender. And she's a legitimate threat for Mickie James and her women's championship. The first ever 3-time women's champion.
Take nothing away from Layla. I'm sure that she's got some tricks up her sleeve, but Mickie James, arguably the most dominant woman in our 2008 universe. Like you said, 3-time women's champion. That's huge. That's huge. And that title really doesn't feel like it's changed hands that many times. But it's always been Mickie James involved. Always, always, always. Nobody can put her down. Nobody can kick her aside. Nobody can tell her that she's not worth it, man. She is like the tops for Raw.
And Mickie James, we have yet to see her on Monday Night Raw in 2K22, but right now we get to finally. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great character model.
Very, very hopeful that we get Mickie James in a future WWE game again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But for right now in 2K22, she was available.
Big fight feel. We've got the challenger, Layla.
Taking on the champion, Mickie James. And Mickie held that championship 3 times so far. Does not intend to let it go anytime soon. Just recently, she won that title back at Armageddon and then retained it at the Rumble. Tonight, she goes one-on-one with someone who she's never faced before in Layla. And that's a factor that I'm very excited to see play out.
Yeah. And see how much Michelle McCool could impart on Layla before this match, because she and Mickie are very well versed.
It's true. You see her out there applauding Layla.
Layla taking control early here, gets Mickie in the corner.
Here we go.
Look at this.
What a
huge crossbody. Quick cover.
1, And the women's division has been really, really fun. You mentioned how Michelle McCool was your first champion, and then her and Mickie went back and forth a little bit. Then Ashley Massaro coming out of nowhere to win the championship. And right now, Layla has a chance to do the same. Really take everyone by surprise and win the championship.
Should have her name etched in the history books on Monday Night Raw. Let's see. Mickie James seems out of sorts here. Layla all over her.
Yeah, what an arm drag from Layla. And
ooh. That'll separate a shoulder. 1, 2. No. Mickie James gets the shoulder up. And again, Mickey's not going to stop fighting. We've seen it time and time again. No matter who she's across from. Look at the friggin' air on that elbow drop from Layla. Holy shit.
Oh, just a 1 count. Mickie powers out. And here she's back up. Oh, but missed that jumping clothesline. Layla playing good defense. We saw Layla with those vicious kicks really afflict Ashley and Kelly. Oh, but Mickie.
Oh, Mick kick!
Mick kick of her own out of nowhere.
1, 2. What? Oh.
Layla got the shoulder up. Not Charles Robinson says no, it was just 2.
No way.
Mickie, here we go. Hooks her. Mick DT.
Quick open and shut. 1, 2, 3.
Layla kicks out again.
You gotta be kidding me.
Mickie can't believe it.
You gotta be kidding me.
And she screamed. What a performance. Hangs in there.
Here we go. Lock in the camel clutch when all else fails. Mickie gave her everything, and Layla was able to escape somehow.
Layla breaks the grip, trips Mickie up. Look out!
And to her credit, you know, Michelle McCool has not been involved. This is all Layla.
And Layla hits that jawbreaker and now sends Mickie out of the ring. Goes to the top rope.
No
What's she got planned?
No way. What is she thinking?
Tells her to stand up. Mickie on her feet.
Oh my God!
A huge leaping clothesline to the outside from the number 1 contender.
Layla throwing caution to the wind. The women's championship means that much.
And a knee drop. And this is all after taking a Mick kick and a Mick DT. This is incredible.
She's got to prove it not only to herself, but to Michelle McCool. You know, she's the cool kid in the women's division high school.
Hold on a minute. We just saw Michelle get involved.
Looked like she helped Mickie to her feet. That was generous. Oh no, what a huge botch.
Oh, but a kick to the face. Here we go. Layla on the second rope.
Here we go.
Crossbody.
Wow. Another crossbody from Layla. She's using every tool in the toolbox.
Cover 1, 2. No! Mickie James just barely kicks out. Mickie seems kind of out of it.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the match, she just seems sort of groggy.
I wonder if she's somewhat slightly concussed from previous bouts, but here we go. Mickie James showing up. Comeback
She's
sequence.
firing up.
Here we go. Cover. Title on the line.
1, 2.
No, man. Layla kicks out. Stays alive. Mickie arguing with not Charles Robinson.
That's out of character.
Mickie hooks her.
Oh, man. Sit out face buster.
Mickie with those kicks and a chop.
Oh, man.
downward spiral.
Mickie James loves the Cleveland crowd, and that's great, but she's got to win that title. No! Layla!
Layla reversed.
Layla reversed it.
And Layla, good God!
Oh.
There's the friggin' layout! 1, 2.
We got a new women's champion!
Oh my God!
Layla has taken Mickie James down.
Layla is your new women's champion.
This is huge.
Good Lord. Layla has changed the entire layout of Raw's women's division.
She earned that all by herself. Michelle McCool only got involved to toss Mickie back into the ring. Unbelievable match.
She countered out of that Mick DT and then hit the layout.
She weathered the storm. But this is it. Here comes the main event. Speaking of weathering the storm, this World Heavyweight Championship match is no holds barred. Triple H this past Monday chose Randy Orton's opponent, and that was a debuting John Cena. Now, Randy Orton chose no holds barred as the stipulation.
Randy Orton wants to leave nothing to chance. There will be no forgiveness. There will be no hard feelings. And there's no holds barred in the main event.
Orton obviously was unsuccessful against Cena, so we don't know what kind of wounds he's carrying into this match. Nobody's ever 100%, you know, but
No.
John Cena match with Randy Orton, like, he's got to be in some sort of way. But to his advantage, his legacy earlier tonight was successful in retaining. So will we see the legacy with all the gold again?
It's entirely possible. Legacy has made it a point to say they are after the championship gold on Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton has been desperate to try to get back that World Heavyweight Championship that he lost at the Great American Bash to Rey Mysterio. Ever since then, ever since that night, all the way back in July, Randy Orton has been spiraling out of control. Tonight, he gets one more opportunity at the game. He's got one more opportunity at that World Heavyweight Championship.
It's a huge match for Orton, but it's equally as big for Triple H, who has been spinning his wheels a little bit. We've seen the game slowing down some. Lost that match to Mark Henry. That's not usually a match that he drops.
No, and especially coming off of that questionable victory at the Royal Rumble. But tonight,
I mean, Orton's hand was clearly on the rope. I think we all agree that it was a not Charles Robinson missed call that kept Randy from continuing in that matchup. Now, do we know if Randy would have won that matchup? No, not for sure. Nothing's for sure. But Triple H retained that title because of that call. Nothing that he did won him that match. And I think Randy Orton has used that piece of information to counterattack the Cerebral Assassin.
that's true. Randy Orton, also a master manipulator. And these guys have been going back and forth for quite a few months. And I'm sure the story of Randy Orton and Triple H will not end tonight here in 2009. But what we do know is there will be no rematch. There will be no excuses, because the winner of this no-holds-barred match will undoubtedly be the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Wow, the crowd chanting Randy.
Wow. The game has had the people turn on him. Not sure if I agree with this Cleveland audience, but I don't agree with Cleveland about a lot of things.
Also, The Miz is from Cleveland. Let's not forget.
That should tell you everything you need to know. That slimy little scuzzball.
The Miz also on Raw now, but not on Unforgiven.
There he is, the World Heavyweight Champion, the King of Kings, Triple H.
Has held that championship since SummerSlam, where he defeated Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio in a triple threat match. That was the main event of SummerSlam, and Triple H has defeated guys like William Regal, guys like Kane, guys like Randy Orton. Tonight, he's got to do it one more time to continue that reign on top of Monday Night Raw.
I mean, obviously the goal is to carry the title into WrestleMania. That's what everybody wants to do. It's the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. You want to be the champion with the world title match in the main event. And here we go. They lock up, and Triple H immediately grabs Randy Orton and tosses him to the ground.
And Triple H goes to the top rope. The game drops an elbow right into the chest of Randy Orton.
No.
And I suspect these guys are going to wrestle a little out of character since they know each other so well. So maybe we'll see more of those high-flying moves from both of these guys tonight.
I mean, I would not have put money on that, but we will see. Triple H with a quick Judas effect there.
But Randy Orton says no, hooks him up. Here we go. Vintage Randy Orton.
What a neck breaker. Just a 1 count, technically, on that one. And Triple H in a bad way here.
That wasn't going to be enough to put Triple H down.
Once Orton gets it slowed down and starts picking the pieces, you're in trouble.
Oh, Triple H went for that running knee lift, but Orton was able to block.
They just know each other so well. They know each other's entire moveset. They know when they want to go for certain things, how they want to go for certain things, what setups are.
Exactly. And Triple H,
quick punches to the temple.
Gonna disorient his opponent.
That's gonna piss off the voices.
Triple H going back to the top rope.
No, boy, that's a pretty long distance. Who does he think he is, Shane McMahon?
Well, he tells him to get to his feet. And a
nice
diving
double
axe handle. Expertly done by the World Heavyweight Champion. And these two guys do not like each other.
They don't. I mean, there's so much animosity with the fallout from Evolution.
They competed in the very first main event of the very first pay-per-view that we had for this exact championship, which we saw Orton walk away with.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, one-on-one matches with Randy Orton, Triple H has not been the most successful. You add a third guy to that, and Triple H would do it. But for whatever reason, Randy Orton one-on-one has been his kryptonite of sorts.
It's true. Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels a few weeks ago on SmackDown had the greatest match in our 2008 Universe mode.
2.
And I'm surprised Randy still isn't recovered from that bloodbath.
Yeah. Amazing match. That's definitely one that you should go check out on SmackDown. It's the main event before the Royal Rumble?
Correct. And here we go. The main event of Unforgiven. Robert, this has been your solo pay-per-view so far.
I think it's going swimmingly. I'm just so interested in what the fallout and what the result of this one's going to be. I'm kind of nervous. I mean, here goes Orton to the top rope, and there's another elbow drop. trying to use all their body weight, everything that they can to take the wind out of each other's lungs.
And the game taking some time to taunt to the fans here in Cleveland. Drops Orton with a neck breaker and goes right into the pin.
Again.
One. No.
Now, I mean, no holds are barred, but nobody's gone out of their way to do anything crazy. That makes me nervous for what may come.
Well, Triple H just busted Randy Orton open with that fist, with that right hand. Well, but Randy fights back a little bit, sends the game over the top rope.
We're going to get some action on the outside, I think. Orton looks to be setting Triple H up for a backdrop on the apron.
Of course, it is the firmest surface of the squared circle.
Correct.
Sometimes you just got to avoid cliches.
Orton scrambling the voices in Triple H's head and just leaving him out there. No, he's back out. He's decided against it. He brings Triple H with him this time.
He doesn't want to keep that fight on the outside. He knows that he'll probably lose a fist fight around the arena with the game. But right now, he's got Triple H right where he wants him.
Picking apart the game. Quick cover after all that. 1, 2. Triple H gets the shoulder up. Will we see an RKO? Or will Orton opt straight for the punt kick? There it is!
RKO! There it is! New champ! Title on the line! No!
Triple H kicks out of the RKO.
I thought that was it.
But he's still completely lifeless on the ground.
Another elbow drop.
Another pin.
1, 2.
No. Oh my God.
Triple H not gonna quit.
That almost did it.
Not gonna give up the World Heavyweight Championship. Orton telling him to get up.
Look at this. Mounted punches thrown. Orton is in the zone right now.
Hearing those voices and is picking apart the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh. Triple H lands that knee shot that he was looking for earlier. Now returning the favor with Orton on the ground. Both of them from the Ric Flair tree of thought here. Keep your opponent down and work him over.
And drops that knee. 1, 2. No, Randy Orton kicks out. Championship hopes still alive.
It's troubling that count's getting so deep for Orton off of these glancing shots, I'd say. None of these are power moves necessarily.
Yeah, but Orton's bleeding. He's shaken up in his cerebellum up there.
Again, you can't do an RKO if I take your hands, I guess is what Triple H is trying to say.
Triple H is worried about inflicting punishment and pain on Randy Orton.
He wants him to suffer, but look at that, belly to belly from Randy Orton. Right in the center of the ring.
No!
Triple H escaping.
Barely. Just barely gets up.
2 7/8.
And a chop from Randy Orton.
Oh.
And another
disrespectful
one.
Face wash with the forearm.
Like I said several times, it's personal between these two. They want to hurt each other.
Oh.
It's not just about the World Championship for Triple H.
Kidney shots. 1, 2.
No, Triple H again. Just in the nick of time. Kicks out.
Surviving.
Oh, and what a dragon screw.
He's got to do something. He's got to do something. He needs a power move or something. Here we go. Triple H.
With the face buster.
Oh.
And drops him with that reverse atomic drop.
I mean, these guys will trade punches all day. I don't know if that's going to be the thing that puts one or the other away.
Like I said, Triple H doesn't necessarily even want to end the match right now.
Here we go. Spine buster. You know what comes next, but first, a quick pin attempt. 1, 2.
No, that was so close.
Orton survives, but we know that Triple H, he's got a pedigree locked and loaded now.
Oh, but Orton, quick to counter.
Uh-oh.
Not Charles Robinson getting in between the two of them for a moment.
Next one to hit a finishing maneuver wins, I feel like. And that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal.
Allows Randy Orton to hit that neck breaker.
No!
Countered the pedigree. Randy Orton.
Nice suplex.
What a suplex. Cover, palm over the face. 1, 2. Oh, Triple H barely able to get the shoulder up. Orton argues with not Charles Robinson, but...
Orton is snapped. He is snapped. He's going to the top again.
Another elbow drop.
Look at this. Shades of Shawn Michaels.
Orton again targets the arms.
Oh no. The Viper is coiled and ready to strike. RKO.
Crawls over, cover. Is it
2.
enough? New World Heavyweight Champion. I don't believe it.
Monday Night Raw has a new World Heavyweight Champion. The age of Orton is upon us. Everything he said was true. He vanquishes the King of Kings, Triple H, and takes his most prized possession, the big gold belt, the World Heavyweight Championship.
Randy Orton is a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion in our universe, the first man to ever do it, to win that championship more than once. And Randy Orton, what's gonna happen as Randy Orton leads Raw into the age of Orton once again? What a night for the legacy.
What a night for the legacy. John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler retaining earlier in the night against Cade and Murdoch. And as you just saw, the age of Orton reigns supreme. Randy Orton takes out Triple H and is the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Triple H got cocky. Triple H was in there trying to hurt Randy. I said it throughout the match.
Yeah.
But it cost him. Literally, it cost him the World Heavyweight Championship.
The king is dead. Long live the king.
What the hell is in store for us on Monday Night Raw in the very next episode?
We got a new World Heavyweight Champion. We got a new Women's Champion in Layla. She takes out Mickie James to finally prove to everybody that she's just not Michelle McCool's also ran. What else did we have? Umaga absolutely destroyed Evan Bourne. It was disgusting. It was a brutal display.
What an incredible match, though. Evan Bourne really took the fight to the Samoan Bulldozer.
Yeah, 100%. It was crazy. And then
you announced a best of 5 series?
That's right. I liked the Mark Henry Marcus Corvon match so much that I have decided that what we just saw tonight was the first in a best of 5 series. So tomorrow night on Raw, we're going to have Mark Henry versus Marcus Corvon. That's match number 2. And we're going to go until someone gets the better of the other. Whoever wins this best of 5 gets a unique and special opportunity that I cannot wait to bestow upon them.
And I just want to also say, job well done with your solo pay-per-view here. Honestly,
Thank you.
Honestly, great stuff that you put together.
But now listen, we've got 2 more shows. We've got Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We got SmackDown on Friday. And then we've got SmackDown's solo show. And I cannot wait to see what you have put together for us.
But we've got Raw coming at you in the very next episode with the second match in a best-of-5 series. Mark Henry leads 1-0. Can Marcus Corvon, the alpha male, tie it up? Or is Mark Henry going to have a clean sweep? I don't know. We'll find out on the next episode.
Let us know in the comments below if you think Marcus Corvon or Mark Henry is going to win this best-of-5 and what you think my special, unique opportunity may be.
Make sure you're also subscribed right here on the YouTube channel. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you never miss a single episode.
But you could also follow us on Instagram at Royally Rumbled so you never miss an episode drop, power rankings, new champion updates, clips, memes. We've got it all. Follow us at Royally Rumbled on Instagram and Facebook.
My name is Jordan.
I'm Robert.
And we'll see you on the next episode in 2009.